So when you take this protozoans, so we have intestinal amoebae, example is Entamoeba Histolytica, and then we have intestinal flagellate where we have Giardia, Lamblia, and also we have coccidian parasites mainly causing intestinal infection, which include Cryptosporidium, Isospora, Microsporidia, Cyclospora, and also few other protozoans which include Sarcocystis, Blastocystis hominis, etc. So now coming to this intestinal amoebae, Entamoeba Histolytica is a pathogenic amoebae, whereas Blastocystis hominis is an opportunistic amoebae. And there are commensals which do not cause any infection in humans, and usually they occur in the gastrointestinal tract, which include Entamoeba coli, Entamoeba hartmanni, Entamoeba pollocky, Entamoeba gingivalis, Entamoeba nana, Idamoeba buchli, and Dientamoeba fragilis. And we also have few pathogenic free-living amoebae, which include Nigralia fowleri, Acanthamoeba. And important species of Acanthamoeba is Acanthamoeba culberstoni, and also we have Balamuthea mandralis. So these are the three main pathogenic free-living amoebae which can cause meningoencephalitis or granulomatous amoebic encephalitis. So this we'll see separately in the central nervous system infections. Now let's move on to Entamoeba Histolytica. This is an important human pathogen which can cause intestinal amoebiasis as well as invasive extraintestinal amoebiasis. So when you take this amoebiasis, it is globally distributed and it affects 15 million cases annually, and there are about 110,000 deaths that happen annually. And it is prevalent in many parts of our country, and the prevalence rate in India is about 15%. And the habitat of this organism, usually it colonizes the mucosa or submucosal region of the large intestine, and there is only one definitive host, that is humans. So coming to the morphology of this organism, so it has three stages. One is the trophozoite, the second is the precyst, and the third one is the cyst. So trophozoite, it is the growing and the feeding stage of the parasite, and this is the invasive form of the parasite which cause lesions. And this trophozoite is motile and it uses its pseudopodium for its motility, and it will be irregular in shape, and the size will be 15 to 20 microns, and the nucleus will be eccentric in nature. So it is away from the center, and this is the pseudopodia, and which helps in the motility of the trophozoite, and it has got an irregular shape. And coming to the morphology of the precyst, it is 10 to 20 microns in size, and it is the intermittent stage between the trophozoite and the precyst, and it has got a blunt pseudopodium, and there won't be any RBCs. And next one is the cyst form. This is the resistant form of the parasite as well as the infective and diagnostic stage of the parasite. It will be round, it will be refractile, and it will be 12 to 15 microns in size. So this is a saline bed mount where you can appreciate the trophozoite of Entamoeba Histolytica, and inside you will be able to see the ingested RBCs. And it will be highly motile with the help of pseudopodium. So now coming to the life cycle of Entamoeba Histolytica, it has got only one host, that is man. It has got a very simple life cycle. So as I said earlier, it has got three stages. One is the trophozoite, and the intermittent stage between the trophozoite and the cyst is the precyst, and then the cyst forms. So now the mode of transmission here is the fecal-oral route, where the cyst forms will be ingested through contaminated food or water. And now the cyst easily escapes the gastric acidity of the stomach and it enters into the small intestine. So in the small intestine, excistation of the cyst happens when it is exposed to trypsin. The cyst wall will be lysed and the trophozoites will be released. So now the cyst will be quadrinucleated cyst. So from the quadrinucleated cyst, 4 trophozoites will be released. So now these trophozoites travel to the large intestine, mainly to the ileocecal junction, where it undergoes binary fission. And it has different courses. Few of the trophozoites, they go, adhere to the mucosal lining and they cause the disease or the intestinal amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery, and some can even invade into the epithelia and it can lead to hematogenous spread, and it can also enter into the other extraintestinal sites like liver, lungs or peritoneum, or even it can enter into brain. And these trophozoites can encyst themselves and they will be excreted in the feces. So in the stool, few of the trophozoites will also be released, but they undergo degeneration in the environment. They cannot survive in the environment or they cannot form into a cyst form. So cyst is only formed in the large intestine. They are not formed in the environment. Similarly, even if the trophozoite is ingested, they cannot establish the infection. They will be digested by the gastric juice. So this is the whole life cycle of Entamoeba histolytica. So the infective form of the parasite is the mature quadrinucleated cyst, whereas the diagnostic form will be the cyst, and in few cases the trophozoites can also be seen, but it degenerates quickly when it reaches the environment.